Here we go. Hey, everybody, it's Tiffany. Welcome to week 7, makeup, medicine, and more, a better bathroom drawer of the Home Organization Challenge. I'm so glad that you're here. I see people just popping on. I got a little eyeballs lighting up on the screen. For those of you who are new to me, I guess, to the brand, and you're used to seeing me in the other studio, the Home Organization Studio, welcome to the Craft Studio. I was making other videos today and everything was set up here, and I just thought, hey, I might as well do the Home Organization Challenge video right here in the Craft Studio. And you can see a lot of the different products that we make kind of actually in use, which is, with the Home Organization Challenge, I can't really bring the camera around in my house or those other spaces. But with the craft stuff, it's just all right here. So if you have crafty questions, you can ask those. Maybe wait till the end of today's show for those people who aren't crafters. We can talk about it after we do this week's lesson, makeup, medicine, and more, a better bathroom drawer. All right, look at all these people popping on already. Hello, everybody. Katie's got the greet going on there, but Bobby Ann and Barb and Rocks and Docs, we're so glad that you're here with us. You guys are the early birds. I love to see you pop on. So Katie and I were just having a little chat before the show, and I just want to kind of give you a heads up. There's going to be my son, Max, the younger, is getting married. And so I will be gone one Tuesday in August. We'll do a pre-recorded video like we did last time I was gone, because I'm going to go up and we're going to celebrate his engagement with an engagement party. So, but we'll just have a recorded video that week while I'm gone as well. So let's do the regular stuff, right? You can print your handouts on the website. Katie will throw up some links. So if you haven't already done that, you can get on the website and print your handouts and your notebook pages. I'll give you a second to kind of pop there and look at that. Well, I talk about this week's winners, or I guess they were last week's winners that we're announcing this week. And we've got 2 winners. We have the first one, and I meant to highlight this. I'm going to read what they wrote because I really love that. First winner, Lorna Idland. Nightstand cleaned and reset. She put before and after pictures. Said my nightstand's actually my dresser, so many things just get dropped there. It's so common, right? I mean, that's the whole challenge with building these systems that make it easy to, instead of drop things in places they don't belong, to drop them where they do belong. But she said, doing the reset gave me a chance to rethink how I wanted to use this space better, which is really kind of the basis of this whole class. Is how are we thinking about organization? How could we be using it better? And just giving ourselves that time to stop and actually think about that space, no matter how big or small it is. In this case, the nightstand reset. And then I loved this most. My husband even complimented me on the results. Woo, way to go, hubby. So yeah, she says, I've got bins that I'm using. They're working well. And she's getting rid of the bins that don't suit her purpose. But way to go on the part of your husband to recognize your work and pay you that compliment, and really just taking that time to kind of think through the reset and make sure that area is working for you. Okay, second winner. So congratulations, Lorna. Second winner, Tammy Sharp. And she says, I reviewed the junk drawer setup and noted 2 things. 1, I love having a label maker upstairs. I added it last week with the pantry organization task. And 2, the system is working because my daughter was here and visited and could find a pencil and a note card very quickly and write down the information while she was on the phone. It's such a small victory, right? Just such a tiny thing of these systems that work in such a way that even a visitor, her daughter, could find what she needed quickly. And I guess part of that is Tammy being able to direct her daughter to where she needed to go quickly as well. So knowing what you have and where it is, and then being able to tell someone else. So, she says this, and the drawer is still organized, so it's functional. I rate it a number 1, which was our scoring system last week for how those systems that we set up are working. So I hope all of you went through that rating process and kind of had a chance to rethink or reevaluate, or just say, hey, this is a number 1. It's working great on those systems from last week. All right. So bathroom drawers we're going to talk about this week. They're tiny spaces with big jobs, right? So they're high traffic zones. They're things we use all the time, all the members of our families. So it is really important that they're organized and that they're functioning well. Before I jump into this, though, and we start talking about my bathroom drawers. Katie, did you have a question? You said somebody sent in a question also.
Yes, I do. The question that we got was, are there any suggestions for deep drawer bathroom storage?
Okay, so suggestions for deep drawer bathroom storage. But before I answer that, if you're new and you have a question and you're in the chat, all you have to do is put a bunch of question marks or the word question in all caps. Katie will watch for that, and then she will pop into the screen and let me know if there's a question. So if you do have a question, feel free to add it now as well. Or you can always do what this person did and email the question in advance. Deep drawer suggestions for the bathroom. So you're going to see my bathroom drawers here. 2 of my drawers that you're going to see are 8 inches deep, which is fairly deep for a drawer. I know there are deeper drawers, and you'll see some of the things that I've done in mine as well. It's a great question for this week. But the most important things, there's 2 of them, about deep drawer organization is that you want to keep things vertical whenever you can, right? So deep drawers have this tendency to become piled with stuff so that you have to dig through things to find them. So when you're organizing anything in a deep drawer, think about, is it possible to get this thing somehow vertical? So instead of a pile, it's more like a file. And again, you're going to see that here in my drawers, and I will point it out as we're going through the video. This is the first time that I have used a video in this setup. So hopefully it's all going to go off without a hitch, but we'll turn it on, and then Katie's going to run that for us. And we'll just talk. Well, I'm talking in the video, so I won't say anything unless there's a question, and then we can stop it. But it's only 3 or 4 minutes. So Katie, if you want to go ahead and add that video to the stage then and get it started, then we'll watch that and you will see my all right, this is what I'm focusing on. I have 3 drawers. Like this one's kind of empty because if you saw the video or the about me cleaning out my hair stuff, it was all in here. So then this drawer is okay. The way it functions is okay. It's not great. I'm hoping to make some big improvements there. And then the last drawer is just sort of a catch-all for all kinds of crazy things. So let's get started on what this could look like when I get it all cleaned up and reorganized. Okay, first drawer's empty, and I'm just stacking things on the counter here and sorting them as I go. So I'm sure I'll find more things that match these categories, things like medications, beauty. Look, I have 3 razor handles. That's kind of weird. So let's unload the next couple of drawers and see what we find. Okay, so we've got drawer number 2. That was mostly cosmetics and a little bit of random stuff. And then between drawer 1 and 2, there's a couple of organizers that I just kind of emptied out and set on the floor. But you can see I'm just kind of stacking everything right up on the floor, on the counter, I mean. Let's get to drawer number 3. So top drawer is empty. You can see I just stacked what was in the top drawer over here on the corner. And, you know, one of the things about bathroom drawers is that you end up with duplicates and things that are empty or almost empty, and expired cosmetics. This is really going to give me a chance to think through what belongs in each drawer and really kind of throw out or get rid of those things that don't belong here. But first I'm going to clean out all the drawers. Okay, so here's my countertop. Yeah, so one of the nice things, kind of the side effects of this, is that it just gave me, like, I cleaned off the whole countertop too and kind of tidied all that up. Now we have a lot of drawers. We have 9 drawers in the bathroom. I'm just doing 3 of them for today's lesson, but so we don't really need to have things out on the counter, which is kind of nice. So here's a bunch of the things out of the drawer. Let's start here in the bottom drawer. So this is stuff we don't use very often. If you remember, this drawer was just. Okay, so it sounds like the sound for the video. I'm just going to let it play, but I'll just kind of talk through um, each drawer. So you can see in this bottom drawer, I took all those things when we talked about. I'm going to freeze it. Actually, can you pause that, Katie? When we talked about going vertical, so one of the things in that bottom drawer was that I have 2 travel bags that have everything for all the travel size cosmetics and all those kind of things in there. And they were just kind of, again, they were stacked up on top of each other. And what I did was I just moved them to the very back of the drawer. I used them probably the least of anything in there and put them vertically, going back to this question that we had, right? So now when I need them, I can pull them out. These are something I never use in the drawer. I always remove them all the way out of the drawer. So as you're going through and organizing and thinking about those kinds of things, how often do you grab it? How do you grab it? What are you going to do with it once you do grab it? All those little, this is no different than anything else we've been talking about, right? But getting those things vertical in your deep drawer. So this drawer, this is one of the 8-inch deep drawers in my bathroom. All right, you want to hit play, Katie King? And then the second drawer is a cosmetic drawer. And this is one where it really is important to go vertical because you do have so many things that are small that if you can't get them up on their side, and I used a variety of basic boxes in here to get this done. So in the very front of the drawer, I have small basic boxes, and then I have 3-inch basic boxes, and then I have 4-inch basic boxes in the back. And I've used the P and D, which are the more vertical boxes, to get things organized like the cosmetic brushes and that type of thing. But everything kind of has a place, nothing stacked on top of each other. So whatever it is, I can just pull it right straight out of that drawer. And this drawer is to my right as I'm in the bathroom. So it makes everything really simple. Again, another thing, if you're right-handed, that's perfect, but you might, if your husband was over on the left side and you were left-handed, I'd make him swap me out on that. So you definitely get all those things vertical as well. I don't know, Katie, do you need to hit play again? And okay, there we go. And see if we can get to that top drawer. I'm not sure how much I was actually talking there, but we are using all of these same sort of principles that we've been working on all the way through the challenge about how we use things. And then this is that top drawer. Super simple. This is something my husband and I share, the things that are in here, kind of basic stuff. I did discover he has his own little bank of drawers over there for boy things. This is my other side. Some of you have already seen the video where I cleaned up all of my hair care products, and that's what's in those drawers. Now, those are 3-inch boxes as well in that drawer. And so this drawer has the 1.5-inch boxes. But really, what I found out is that I have 6 or 10 pairs of tweezers, which I don't need. I've got 6 brushes for nail brushes or whatever. So there's all of those things going on. And then, yeah, but it was pretty simple. And it's always so cathartic to clean stuff all out. So I think that's the end if you want to take it down, Katie King. So that process, but I want to share something else with you guys, which I talked about last week. So some of these things, like my nightstand, like those drawers in the bathroom, I did the hair organization stuff a long time ago when the basic boxes first arrived. But I've been waiting to do these other drawers because I knew it was going to come up in Home Organization Challenge, and I wanted to be able to do my own stuff. And so I was like, finally, I get to do this. It got all cleaned out. And I had this same reaction when I walked into the bathroom. I left the bathroom and came back in, and the counters were all clear and everything was tidied up. And it's hilarious because I do this for a living. I know what the end result is. I know how good it feels, but it doesn't change that it actually just happens. It happens to me. I walk into the bathroom and I just go, oh, looks so nice in here, right? Just kind of, oh, it's so nice. So it's one of the best things about getting organized is that walking into that clean space. like Lorna with her nightstand, and like Tammy with her drawer, like the feeling, it keeps repeating itself. So I know it's a lot of work and sometimes it can be overwhelming, but you really just, anytime you have one of those moments where you just go, oh, I did that, I want you to relish that. I want you to remember that. For those of us who have children, people say stuff about raising kids, and I say, well, you don't remember the bad stuff, right? But as kids are growing up, you have these little stories tucked away, so when they're not behaving properly or whatever, you can go back on, oh, but remember when he was 5 and so cute, right? Like it's kind of the similar thing. You go in and you just go, oh, this is so nice. So keep working, I guess that's what I'm saying. All right, so if you have questions, now is the great time to ask them. I will put up the lecture notes, and of course, the video will be posted on the website later tonight. I want you to get your worksheet printed, and it's very basic worksheet this week. It's the same as what we have been doing. It's the thoughts that are going into it, who uses it, how do they use it, all of those things. And we're just going to follow those same steps of emptying everything out. And in this case, I did 3 drawers at one time. You may only want to do 1 drawer, but emptying everything out, cleaning it up, adding in or getting containers that are going to work for you, and then putting everything back and just kind of working with it. And I also, when I was getting ready for the show tonight, it was really very nice to pull open that cosmetic drawer. And before, things were laying down. I had a bunch of things jammed in together because I only had a couple of vertical sections in there. And it was just so easy to find everything. It was great. So get your tiny task printed up. Get ready to organize your bathroom drawer. Any questions for me, Katie?
Yeah, we got one. Okay. When did you, or what did you decide about the 16-week plan compared to the 8 weeks?
I haven't really decided yet. I feel like if you, yeah, I don't know that it's going to go 16. We'll probably go at least 12. And I really, put your feedback in the comments. If you're watching this after the live, like later tonight or whatever, put some feedback in there. It's exciting to me to see the posts that we got that were the winners today about people being motivated and doing things. And so even if it's just me popping on for 15 minutes, because I've already sort of talked through the mental process, and you guys have that information now. So even if it's just me popping on for 15 minutes or doing some recordings, if it's keeping you guys motivated and inspired to keep working forward and getting more and more things organized and having that feeling more often, then I'm totally willing to do it. But what I don't want to do is for you guys to feel like you're coming to class every week to hear me say the same things over and over again. So yeah. So tell me what you think. Tell me what your thoughts are. We're into week 7 now. So, and there's definitely some stuff that we can revisit and re-talk about, kind of some important things as well. But yeah, put some comments in about how you feel about it. Anything else, Miss Katie?
No, that's it.
Okay, perfect. So you have your assignment for the week. You're going to get started in your bathroom, or if you've already done your bathroom, you can move to something else, but you got to get that drawer organized and ready to go. Oh, I will say one other thing about bathroom stuff today while we're here is that Perfect Pouches are on sale this week on the website. They are great for cosmetic storage and transporting cosmetics and storing different things. So if you're looking for a way to kind of combine and conquer things that you're going to travel with, you might want to check out the Perfect Pouches because they're on sale. Another thing about Perfect Pouches is we're in school, right? We're in the back to school term. So the Perfect Pouches work great for school stuff too. So if you are back to school, or maybe you have kids who are back to school, things like the double pocket pouch are a great accessory for school as well. And they're all on sale. So Katie can throw up a link to the Perfect Pouch page, but you may find there that there are some good little pouches for organizing smaller things or traveling with your cosmetics as well. Remember, you need to put up a post if you want to be, or email marketing@theorganizedoption.com if you want to be considered for winning a prize. And our 2 winners, if you're here live with us, you need to reach out as well to marketing@theorganizedoption.com and let Katie know. If you don't have an account on the website, you do want to go in and set up an account on the website, because she's going to put that $25 gift certificate right into your account. So it's easy to shop with. All right, my friends, thanks so much for joining me. I will see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye, everybody.